7 golden rules of life that I promise, if you practice them on a daily basis and just do the best you can with them, they will definitely bring peace, serenity, and happiness into your life. Maybe not immediately, but practicing them on a daily basis will bring that joy into your life that you've perhaps been searching for most of it. They particularly apply to those of you, like myself, in recovery from addiction. And in those early days, we can fall into many traps, but if we're practicing these 7 rules, or being conscious of them even, then it makes our recovery much stronger and builds a great foundation on which to move forward and change your life. First of all, if you'd like to support the channel and help me take it on to the next stage, in the link in the description, there's a link to Ko-fi, and you could perhaps, if you'd like to, buy me a coffee, and that money will go towards taking the channel to that next developmental stage. I'm really grateful for any support that I get, and I'm really grateful to those of you who have already supported me in that. Thank you very, very much. Much love to you. So these 7 rules. The first one is make peace with the past so it doesn't affect the present. How many of us, particularly those of us who suffered within addiction, I know this was me, lived in the regret and the pain and the anger and the resentment of the past. To move forward in life and in your addiction recovery, it's essential you find a way to make peace with that past. It's easier said than done, I know that. Sometimes it requires professional help. It requires constant work on yourself. It requires perhaps forgiving other people and certainly forgiving yourself for certain things. None of this stuff is easy. But if you just work on it every day, if you can do that, you will not move on within your recovery and get stronger or move forward within your life if you do not make that peace with the past and start to live life in the present moment. Number 2, what people think of you is none of your business. Simple as that. If you're seeking people's approval, you'll always be their prisoner. It doesn't matter what people think of you. You live your own life. You move forward in your own way. You are unique, you are you, and you are beautiful. So don't worry about what people think you're doing, what's, judging you or anything else. None of your business. Just forget about it. Again, easier said than done. You have to work on it on a daily basis. Number 3, time heals almost everything. Give it time. There's an old saying, isn't it? This too shall pass. One of the truest sayings there is. Sometimes we experience great upset, great upheaval, great pain in our lives, grief, all sorts of stuff, horrible things. But the old adage that time is a great healer and this too shall pass is absolutely true. Life goes on and inevitably it will. Whether you go along with it or not, life goes on. And if you're feeling horrible feelings and emotions within a moment, particularly if you're battling early recovery and battling your demons, know that if you just hold on or even just distract yourself, these feelings, cravings, emotions will pass. Just know that, because it is true. Number 4, no one is in charge of your happiness except you. It's as simple as that. No one is going to come and rescue you on a white horse. No one is in charge or responsible for you changing your life. Only you and the choices you make. It's as simple as that. You have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility for your happiness. You have to take responsibility for your life and grasp it by the balls. And just sometimes it is about holding on, like I said in the last one. But if you just do your best every single day, and that best might change every single moment of a day sometimes, but if you go to bed that night knowing that you've done your best that day to be the best version of yourself that you can, then eventually that joy and serenity and happiness and that self-esteem will start to come back. Number 5, don't overthink. Don't overthink things. Addicts in particular always overthink. I know this was one of my biggest faults, procrastination and overthinking. Just live your life one day at a time. I know it's a trite, and I know it's one of the most important recovery messages and life messages there is. You only have the present moment. Don't live it in the past in regret, and don't live it in the future in fear and worry. One day at a time. There's the old thing about the boy and the bear in the woods. The old saying that, and the boy was in the woods, and it was thick woods, and he turned around to the bear. I can't see my way through all these thickets. I can't see my way through. There's no way through. And the bear said to him, "Can you see the next step?" And the boy said, "Yes." And the bear just said, "Well, take that then." And that's absolutely perfect summing up of life and not overthinking things and living life one day at a time. Just take the next step. Small goals, small bites, and just accomplish those and then move on to the next stage, and you'll get stronger and stronger and feel more and more peace and serenity. Number 6, don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare yourself with other lives. Don't compare yourself with the way people look, and don't judge other people or judge their lives or the way they're living their lives. 2 golden rules, because we can get caught up in judging others and worrying about people judging us and comparing our lives to theirs and comparing the way they look and what they have, particularly with social media as it is and the images that we're bombarded with on a daily basis. We are unique. We are, ourselves, we're perfectly imperfect. As simple as that. We shouldn't judge ourselves by what other people do or judge their lives. You can't judge someone else, because just like you don't know where they've been and what they've been through and, their steps in life and what brought them to the moment they're in at the moment. You can't judge that because you don't know it. You're ignorant of it. And if you compare yourself with others, constantly trying to keep up with them, you'll tie yourself in knots inside and you'll never be happy. Just let it go. And limit your life on social media if you have to, if that's affecting you. You've got to be strict and take responsibility for your recovery and your life. And finally, number 7 is smile. Smile every day. Spend a few moments to smile and start and live in gratitude. Gratitude is the best gift we can give ourselves, to live our lives in gratitude. We have to smile because life is so short. It is so precious. It can be snatched away in a moment. The Stoics have a saying, memento mori, remember death, because it's there, it's lurking there. And that's what makes life so special. We're mortal and it can be snatched away in a moment. So it's so important that we smile wherever we can, even when times are hard, and try and get through them the best way we can. And remember just to breathe and be healthy, for your family to be healthy, to have a roof over your head, to have food in the fridge, to have water from the tap, to have clothes to wear, a bed to sleep in. All of these things we should be blessed for. It's just like Shakespeare once said, didn't he? I once was upset because I had no shoes to wear. And then I saw a man with no legs. It's as simple as that, and that sums it up. So I hope that's been of use to you. Like I say, if the channel's helping you in any way, please help it move forward onto the next stage. Look in the link in the description to Ko-fi and buy me a coffee if you feel like doing so. And I'll be really grateful. Thank you so much indeed. Carpe diem. Seize the day today. Much love to you all. Stay strong.